I do not believe the Rangers will sign him in the offseason. I think he's going to make his one run with the Rangers. So will Vladimir Tarasenko, who's playing very well with the New York Rangers. Red hot right now. He's looking for a big contract at the end of the season. He's 31. You have Patrick Kane, who's 34, might be looking for a 3 or 4 year extension somewhere else, but they decided they wanted to go to the Rangers to make that Stanley Cup run. Both players won a Stanley Cup. Tarasenko won with St. Louis one time, and Patrick Kane won 3 times in Chicago. So when you look at this, we have seen this in the NBA many, many times. We have seen players push their way out to go play with their best friends. We don't see this in hockey a lot. We don't see players pushing themselves out and telling the organization, the only way you can trade me is you trade me to 1 or 2 or 3 other teams. And Patrick Kane pretty much for the last couple of weeks said he only wanted to play for 2 teams, the Maple Leafs and the Rangers. One of the only teams he didn't want to play for was the New York Islanders. He got his wish. Now he has to make his run. He has to help the Rangers make that run, which they couldn't get over the hump against Tampa in the Eastern Conference Finals last year. Lack of offense in the Eastern Conference Finals. You had 2 really good playoff players in Vladimir Tarasenko and then Patrick Kane, who's an unbelievable playoff player. There is no excuses for the New York Rangers going into the playoffs this year. There is no excuses for Chris Drury and that defense. This team is as good as anybody in the Eastern Conference. This team has as much depth offensively as any team in the Eastern Conference. The question is this enough defense that could beat the Boston Bruins, could beat the Carolina Hurricanes, and the powerhouse teams in the Eastern Conference? I like the Ranger fans with their enthusiasm, shouting, "We got Kane." But that doesn't mean anything when they head into the playoffs and they have to play New Jersey in the first round. The New Jersey Devils add Timo Meier, one of the better young offensive players in the league. They could not re-sign him. They gave up a significant amount of picks away to San Jose. If you look at Timo Meier, I'm sure he didn't want to be a New Jersey Devil. As a matter of fact, I thought he was going to be a Las Vegas Knight. And congratulations to Jonathan Quick. Got traded to Columbus. And then Columbus, the next day, trades him all the way over to Las Vegas. And that was a good move by Vegas because you get a goaltender that has won it before, won it twice, and was one of the guys that really helped that organization win those Stanley Cups. And the Devils, they needed that offensive firepower. Timo Meier, a guy that averages 30 goals a season for the last 4 seasons, a fantastic player. The Devils did not re-sign him. Meier right now has 31 goals, 21 assists this season. Meier has had 30 or more goals in 3 of the last 4 full seasons in the NHL. Meier has also had over 100 hits in 4 of the 5 seasons and 75 hits the COVID season in 56 games. I look at the New Jersey Devils, who needed that firepower, and the Rangers. The Rangers are going to keep chasing the New Jersey Devils because they're for real. They're fast, they're young, they have good goaltending, finally, since Martin Brodeur, and they have good defense, as they spent a lot of money a season ago adding Dougie Hamilton.
And the Devils, everyone thought it was a fluke. A bunch of Ranger fans saying, oh, when is the Devils' cliff gonna fall? And it did for a little while. They were cold for about 2 weeks, but since then they've been very steady and consistent after that. And as a result, they could afford to go after a Timo Meier, who's not only a player for the present, but a player for the future. Now, they have not re-signed him yet, but they definitely aren't going to give up 5 players. Not that they were big prospects. The Devils didn't really have to give up any of their top prospects, high quantity of prospects and picks in order to get it. Because the Rangers made 2 moves for Vladimir Tarasenko and Patrick Kane and got good bargains for them, because Tarasenko only wanted to go to the Rangers and Patrick Kane especially only wanted to go to the Rangers, they knew they had to do something to counter that too. And Timo Meier is a cornerstone that they could definitely build around. 27 years old, could hit, could score goals, is a tough guy to get off the puck, and the Devils need that if they want to have some playoff experience too, because Timo Meier has a good amount of it in his early career with the Sharks. As far as the Rangers, yes, they made these 2 trades. If they waited too long with Patrick Kane, they would have lost out. Kept like they were delaying for a while, but they got it to work. Tarasenko, great bargain as well, but different things in the playoffs too. You need some intensity. I'm worried about their physicality. Gerard Gallant had them playing physically last year as underdogs. Are they going to have that same mentality as favorites now?
They don't have Reeves anymore.
Obviously, the Bruins are going to be the favorite, but the Rangers are the second favorite probably across the league because the Western Conference, they don't have as many powerhouse teams like the East. And the thing I worry is the faceoffs too. Are they actually going to win some faceoffs besides Trocheck?